State law limits just how much an individual or a corporation can give. There is a way around those restrictions through limited liability companies, or LLCs. Capitol reporter Kimberly Howard is digging deeper on just how individuals can legally funnel unlimited dollars to political candidates here in New York, and why this loophole hasn't been resolved for years.
Many political candidates have been propelled to office with the help of what's called the LLC loophole in campaign finance law. It allows single donors to give unlimited amounts of money by forming as many limited liability companies as they want.
The floodgates have really opened on the LLC loophole. We've gone from essentially what was a river to an ocean.
As candidate for governor, Andrew Cuomo was by far the largest beneficiary of this loophole during this last election. LLC campaign contributions linked to New York City billionaire Leonard Litwin reportedly broke the $1 million mark. Litwin, who heads up real estate corporation Glenwood Management, has a lot of LLCs, but they're difficult to track.
You have to have some sort of, sleuth-like skills to piece together who the powerful entity is behind the limited liability company that's funneling the money.
Many times an LLC is just named after an address. Good government groups aren't only concerned about the loophole itself, but this mask major campaign donors can hide behind.
As long as this continues to operate in the shadows, the public interest will be at risk. The more donations you give, the more likely it is your phone calls get returned.
There have been many attempts to close the LLC loophole through the years, and Cuomo himself has said he'd support it, but a push for the Board of Elections to reinterpret the law failed.
This is not a matter for an administrative agency, the State Board of Elections, to decide. This is a matter for the state legislature.
So the Democrat-led Assembly passed a bill, but the Senate version hasn't made it to the floor.
The Senate Republican majority could put this bill on the floor any day they pleased.
Senator Daniel Squadron says the bill stalled in committee.
It is a dark moment now, but sometimes it's darkest before the dawn. I think that pressure and focus on this is what makes it possible.
Pressure has come in the form of a pair of high-profile arrests. LLCs made a cameo in both the criminal complaints against former Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver and former Senate Majority Leader Dean Skelos. We asked Skelos if he'd vote yes on closing the loophole, but he just said,
"We will discuss it in conference."
With less than 2 weeks of session left, that's looking less and less likely. Republican Senator Richard Funke gave me some insights as to why.
We're trying to slow the process down a little bit so that we take a thorough look at it, because it needs further study. My fear is that there may be a legal challenge to this LLC depending upon where it goes. That's why I want to study it further, make sure it's doing what people intended to do.
These are the rules of the game, and until the rules of the game are changed, they want to play them as aggressively as their opponents do, because they want to get elected to office.
In Albany, Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.